Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. We are live at the Magic Media Villa right now for a conference for our Fateless game. But we're going to be talking about the test server. We're going to be talking about new champions that are dropping in Raid real soon. So let's jump into it. I've got all of the different champions here. I'm able to get like info for them. We've actually got new commons coming into the game for like the first time in forever. So let's start. It's actually uncommons. Let's start with a new Sylvan Watcher here. Branch Weaver. I mean, who's using uncommons other than Armada nowadays? But we'll see. Maybe it's going to be a new Armada. We've got an A1, attacks an enemy, places 15% increased speed on an ally with the highest turn meter. Okay. A2, Dagger Leaf, 4-turn cooldown. AoE hit, putting decreased speed on all enemies. It's actually quite good for an uncommon, but with only 2 skills, I mean, maybe a faction war champion at best, unlikely to get a lot of use. Let's go into Glen Spear here, who's the other uncommon champion. Another Sylvan Watcher. I guess they've just got to kind of like spread out the faction a bit, add some more champions in the mix. We've got Spear Crescent, attacks one enemy, places an extra hit if the target's under weaken. Okay, could end up being quite a hard hitter. Sometimes these conditional extra hits can be really high damage. We've got Sapping Spear, 4-turn cooldown, attacks one enemy and places a weaken, fairly low % chance, and it's weak source weakened. So I don't think we're going to be getting a new Armada anytime soon with these guys. Right, let's move on. Neldor's Rimblades. This is an epic champion. This one actually looks sweet, right? We've got ourselves a new high elf epic champion, attack-based champion as well. She's Force Affinity, so I guess it kind of fills in nicely for the faction, but this is a champion that's been made for hard finite for sure. You've got a triple hit A1. Each hit has a chance of placing freeze. If booked, 40% per hit. That's pretty solid. The second skill here, Dancing Razor, another 4-hitter. So you've got plenty of hits for breaking that shield down. First and second hit put decreased attack out there, and then the other ones put decreased accuracy. And then on the A3, Chromatic Cross, 5-turn cooldown, double hitter, AoE, chance of putting decreased speed out there as well, and self-healing. I think decreased speed is like a must for hard finite. Obviously the freeze on the A1s is a must for hard finite as well. You would probably open with the A2 to just get more hits in, and then you're basically just like trying to pummel as many A1s in as you can. Also a passive here, so whenever an ally places a freeze debuff, this champion has got a chance to come in as well, 30% chance to come in as well with the default skill. So you've got multiple people placing freezes here on finite. You've just got loads of turn meter drop coming in from this champion. Honestly, I wish this was a legendary champion with slightly higher rates, because this is a great kit for people that are struggling with hard finite. Okay, let's move on. Ostro Boneglaive. So we've got another epic champion here from the Undead. Void Affinity. What have we got here? Support-based champion. So pretty quick. Actually, not as quick. That's not the one I thought. 98 speeds, okay. You really want to over 100 speeds for a support. So we've got Pain Reversal on the A1. Attacks an enemy, books up to 100% chance of transferring a random debuff from this champion to a target. Also heals someone with the lowest HP. It's an okay A1, nothing too crazy. Spinal Surge, 4-turn cooldown, AoE. Books to 3-turn. If 3 or fewer enemies are alive, books to 100% chance of putting block buffs out there. If 4 or more enemies are alive, it's 100% chance of putting block buffs out there for 3 turns. Actually a massive for Hydra that, but it's only block buffs. I don't know how hard it hits yet. We don't have that information. And then the A3, Death Perception, 6-turn cooldown, books to 4, removes 1 random debuff from all allies, and places increased accuracy. So it's on quite a long cooldown. Increased accuracy is okay. 1 cleanse of a kind of debuff is okay. It's nothing too crazy. Skeletal Mirror as a passive. Whenever an enemy attempts to place a debuff on this champion, 20% chance to reflect it back. I'd say for a Void Epic, it doesn't seem like crazy, doesn't seem great. It's not a little bit underwhelming. The 3-turn block buffs or block debuffs would be good. Let's move on then. So we've got here CRar the Devourer. So we've got a legendary champion down. This guy looks actually sweet. We've got a Croc in Raid Shadow Legends. This guy looks like super cool. Legendary Spirit Affinity champion. Meat Splitter A1. Attacks an enemy, places an extra hit if it's a crit. So that's almost like a guaranteed extra hit. As I said earlier, like conditional extra hits normally hit really hard. So we've got a good chance of a smack on the A1. Gnashing Bog on the A2 here. 4-turn cooldown, books to 3, attacks all enemies, puts a shield on this champion for 2 turns, equal to 20% of the damage that they do. Also heals this champion as well. It's an HP-based champion, so generally HP-based champions don't hit that hard. We'll see if this one's any different. You've got the A3 here, Apex Predator, 6-turn cooldown, books to 4. Basically, you get increased crit rate, increased crit buff for all allies for 3 turns, and you get an extra turn. That's big, actually. That's a massive skill right there. And then you've got passive, Voracious Hunger. Whenever this champion attacks, decreases the target's attack or defense by 5%, as well as accuracy or resistance, which stacks up to 30%. Damn, that's actually huge. Like, it says attack or defense. It's written really weird. Like, I don't know which way around. How does that work? If it's attack and defense by 30%, you're taking less damage somewhere like Clan Boss. You're also doing more damage. If they're reducing resistance and accuracy, again, everything there is favorable. So I don't know how that would actually work. The wording on it reads like it's an either or. If it's all of those things being reduced, then that's a huge passive. Okay, let's move on to Bellar Mage Slayer. So we've got Bellar here, a Void Legendary, new Void Legendary in the game. Ogrin Tribes, got an A1, attacks one enemy, books to a 50% chance to decrease the cooldown of a random skill of the ally with the highest turn meter. Okay, damn, okay, so what's it by? It says, doesn't say if it's by 1 turn, but I'm guessing it's by 1 turn. That's going to end up being quite a cool A1. We've got Slayer's Roar, 4-turn cooldown, books to 3, attacks all enemies, 50% places 50% increased attack and increased defense on all allies, and a big heal, 20% heal. So you've got an attack, you've got 2 big buffs, and you've got a nice heal as well. That's on a 3-turn. And then you've got Mercy of the Oasis, so that's a 6-turn cooldown, books to 4, revives the whole team, 50% HP, 50% turn meter, puts a shield on them as well, equal to 20% of this champion's HP. HP pool's not bad at 22k. Nothing too crazy. It feels like a Duchess style revive, but without the additional benefits that a Duchess brings. And then you've got Critical Juncture here as a passive. Books to 70% chance of decreasing all of an ally's skill cooldowns by 1 turn when they're revived. Wow. If that goes off on the whole team whenever anyone is revived, 70% chance of decreasing all of an ally's skill cooldown. It reads like it's one champion, like one of your team, but still that is crazy. It's like a Godseeker revive, but at the same point you're reviving your whole team. So the revive is big. The A2 is kind of decent. The A1's decent as well. I think that's a good new champion in the game. Okay, let's move on to Kaja the Rise. So this is the champion who is a partner to the new fusion. And as I was saying, with the new fusion, it felt like he was okay, nothing too crazy. But if the partner was really good, then it might bring some kind of decent synergies here. So again, we got this kind of like jester looking feel in this kind of like new Halloween style hero they're bringing out, new champion. So we've got a support-based Banner Lord, very quick, 112 speed, really fast, 1.3k defense, so quite hard to kill. What's going on? Firecracker, attacks an enemy, heals by 10% of their max HP. If any Timmets, so this is the fusion, if any Timmets are on the same team, heals them by that 10% as well. And I think he already heals on his A1 if I remember rightly. So that's actually a lot of healing for him. Back with a bang here on the A2, 6-turn cooldown, books to 4. Revives all dead allies, 50% turn meter and HP. Then puts increased crit rate and crit damage on them for 2 turns. That's a crazy revive actually. Like that's picking up your damage dealers and giving them a load of buffs. If Timmet the Fool is on the same team and dead, gives him full HP and full turn meter. So we're talking like pretty serious stuff, I guess, for maybe something like Live Arena or like general wave-based content. If Timmet the Fool's on the same team and alive, resets the cooldown and instantly activates their Kegs of Dread skill as well. Damn, that's actually a cool synergy with Timmet here. If only Timmet was better. We've then got Royal Flush. So 5-turn cooldown, books to 3. Fills turn meter by 20% for all of your allies. Also removes random debuffs from each ally. And if Timmet is around, removes all debuffs from all allies. So it feels like pretty similar to Timmet, really. If you've got one of these champions, they're both okay. If you've got the 2 in a team, then it massively improves their value. Right, we've got one more here, and this is going to be the new yeah, new mythical champion. So, I mean, we've got a mythical champion now that's a guaranteed fusion over time once you've collected the right heroes, the right champs. This for me is like the first mythical champion that people might start to properly like wail out for. This one feels good. So we've got here, it's Knight Revenant champ. What's the name here? Queen Crixa. Okay, so this is a Knight Rev. We've got an A1, oh sorry, so first form, A1, sword, spear, slash, double hit, each hit, 50% chance of increasing the duration of all debuffs on a target. So like a Vizier type A1. A2, Doom Lantern, books to a 3-turn. Not that booking these champions are very easy to do, but places decreased resistance and block buffs on all enemies for 2 turns. Also ignores decreases each target's turn meter by 20%. So you're going to be using that in places like Arena, places like Hydra, but pretty damn solid. And then A3, Deathly Apparition, books to a 4-turn. AoE removes all buffs from all enemies and increases the cooldown of all enemy steals by 3 turns. Got kind of like a Yumiko A3, whilst doing a full like cleanse of buffs at the same time. This is like an Arena god level ability. Like this is absolutely insane. And her base speed is so fast, it's 110. So you can actually get her to do this kind of lockout ability really, really easy and be ahead of your enemy. She's got resistance in all battles on that first form. She's also got this passive here, immune to stuns, increases this champion's accuracy by 1 for each 2 resistance they've got. So you're going to be building high resistance while naturally getting high accuracy, which is very cool as well. So when she changes form, you've got, basically you've still got like a support-based champion rather than flipping from a support to a damage dealer or something, it's still support. So we've got Blade Wing here as the A1, double hit. Each hit, 50% chance of decreasing the duration of all debuffs on a random ally by a turn. Reign of Damnation A2, 3-turn cooldown. AoE hits, puts out there block debuffs and increased resistance for your team. And you get a turn meter fill. So you've got turn meter fill getting you into the fight, and then you've got block debuffs and increased resistance for your whole team. It's actually a very solid A2 again. And then we've got the A3 Night Purge. This one books to a 5-turn, removes all debuffs from all allies to full team cleanse, then reduces the cooldown of all ally skills by 3 turns. So it's almost like this is, I'd say, the perfect new partner to Yumiko. Currently, the perfect partner to Yumiko is Yumiko. Now it's her. So this is going to be a champion that is used a lot. We've got a passive here as well, immune to sleep, increases this champion's speed by 1 for every 10 resistance they've got, up to 50. I mean, are you serious, right? 50 more speed. Like, it's impossible to go before this champion. She's basically the new Hedgie. She's the new Hedgie, because Hedgie doesn't exist in this meta anymore. That is actually insane. That is actually insane. So I guess look out for instantly getting your team put on lockout. Like, I don't know how else it's going to work. So yeah, Queen Crixa, very, very cool. So there you go, guys. That is Hell Hades live from Greece in the Magic Media Villa. We're about to go into a conference any minute and talk all things Fateless. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you soon.